Yo, welcome to TeamViza TV interview series. I am your host, IPW. I want to take this time to thank all my sponsors for making this project possible. Big respects to Geo Designs, Army Clothing, the Royal Family Vision of Companies, Lala Closet, Hakim Graphic Designs, Inner Startups Entertainment, and Shimalicious Pizza. Now tonight, as we always say, TeamViza TV is all about spreading love in all aspects. Tonight we're going into the political aspects. This gentleman come all the way from Fortin, representing the Electoral District of Hollywood. Let's welcome the TeamViza interview series. The guy, no other than Christopher Kaydeen Wright. Everything good. I want to pause this. I want to make it clear to everybody. You understand? Christopher Wright, what's your mood like right now?
Confident.
You want to fight for that, man. You don't know. Right. I want to jump straight into it, right? But yeah, I want to start off from Christopher being a youth, right? So the viewers know who will be watching this later on could have an idea of who Christopher Wright is. So you can take us back into the days of Christopher Wright.
Well, Christopher Kaydeen Wright is my name, also known as Boy Ross. Once you know me, you know that is my nickname from birth.
From birth?
Right, yeah, because when I was born, my sister gave me that name now. My sister in foreign now, she gave me that name. So,
you know,
Shaka, Shaka.
Bring up Shaka one time.
Right, so you know, that name stuck with me from birth to now.
Right.
Right, but back in 2015 to be exact. Not 2015, sorry. 2005, I don't know why I say 15, but it's a small thing. Mistake are there to be made.
They probably marked
right?
on there.
But I picked 4 years. But nonetheless, right, back in 2005, I started off a group called the Warden Road Youths in Progress. Right, and you know, we grew from a strength of 6 to a strength of 45, right, up to present. And you know, I used to be doing all kind of things in the community of Warden Road, Hollywood area. You know, so the youths and them in this youth group was some all over the district of Warden Road, Hollywood, that area now. And you know, we used to do things like family day, sports and family day. We used to do things like Mother's Day, Father's Day dinner. We would do things like cooking courses, community development courses. We used to take part in Best Village. You know, anything you could speak about where young people just do, we was a part of that, right? And I was always the leader of this organization. And by the last thing me and this organization do, we keep a trip to Tobago, right? But everybody didn't go. It had 45 people in the group, but 42 of us went, right? And 3 parents accompany us. But you know, we went length and breadth to raise funds to carry each other out for that 5 days, the young people in the group. And it was really an enjoyable Easter for the members of my youth organization. So you know, that is part of my history of being a young person growing up in Warden Road.
Right.
I was always involved with the youths and sports and culture and them kind of thing now.
Okay.
Right?
So, I want to ask you, are you the son of Hollywood?
A son of the soil, yes. I was born and growing in Hollywood.
You know why I asked you that question?
Yeah.
Because at the handles it now spit out for me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And there's very few people who had this behind them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So Christopher, what's that moment you wake up and realize, what's going on? There's nothing going on in Hollywood and it's time for a change. So I'm going now with this whole counselor, you know? Want to be this counselor.
It was never like that, right? You know, I screened once for counselor back in 2016 or somewhere along that line, right? And back then I know it wasn't my time, but I still screened for experience, right? Last year, after, I always say after Kaydeen junior leave office, I will take a try at it again. Right? And now it so happened that he vacated office before time because he moved on to MP, right? And I honestly believe in my heart, this is my time, right? So I didn't get up yesterday morning and say I want to go into politics. It's something that I had in my mind all the time. And I don't see politics and being a councillor or local government representative or any representative as being an additional paycheck to me now. I consider the people and them. I believe in helping people, and that is something that I always like. Right? So when I go into the political field, it's not that to go and get a big, because when you check it, the salary that a councillor really work for, you can't really do much with it, right? Because when somebody in your district come to you and they say, well, they want this or they want that done, and you know the corporation do have funding for it, but you know it's one of your constituents and you don't want to disappoint them. You will go in your pocket, right? And you will take all that money and you will do things to them. Whether it's a little family function they having, they want tent and chairs, you know, you call the tent rental people, you order it, you know, things like that. They having an event, they want 2 cases of water, you will take all that out of your pocket because the corporation mightn't give you them little things. So when you're going into this thing, I think it's about a certain love. Right? It's not about you just going there for power or for fame or to sit down and sit high and mighty. No, it's not about that. It's about the small people on the ground. And I know myself and I believe in myself. And I always believe in dealing with the small people on the ground. It's the small people on the ground who make me who I am today. So I can never forget where I come from. Right?
I was watching one of your previous live, which was last night, right? And I was mentioning concerning the sales that it is be doing, which is parlor, food, Polori, you know what I mean? The whole take on this, they're trying to label it as this individual.
You know, people believe or have it in their mind that you have to have a certain level of education to represent people. No, it's not like that. You see, once the love comes from here, anything else can happen after. And if I started off selling Polori and selling a parlor, watch what I am today. Right? You know, the talk around which part I'm working right now, you know, when I say I'm going up as an independent candidate for councillor, you know, everybody was asking where he go get money from the funny campaign, but little do they know, the same Polori money that I used to be selling, I used to be paying Susu every week, every single week. And you know what, as it have a God above, something just tell me to take my Susu one in December. I never knew this was going to happen. Because I gotta take out my hand since earlier on the year when the pandemic did know it and people were seeing troubles for grocery for this. You know, but sometimes I leave that money until December and I struggle and pay that Susu through. And when I get that Susu money, I invested behind my campaign. Right? It wasn't much, but it was enough to give my head start for my campaign. It do so much for me right now that the campaign is off the ground and running. You know, after a live night before, 2 nights ago, you know, people genuinely see how passionate I is about representing Hollywood, and people reach out to me because I gave my contact number on the live, and you know, people call me, people message me, they reach out to me and make donation, little donation as small as it is, but drop by drop is always full of basket, right? So as small as it is, you know, I still grateful for it, and it will carry me and my campaign an even longer way, right? Yes.
I want to go into your mind of when you went for screening. I can't believe you went screening, right? Going through the doors for screening, what your mood was like at that time?
You know, when I was walking through the door, Shakira, big up yourself as always. You know, my friend Shakira, she went with me and she stand up with me. She and 2 others, Maxine and Tinika, 4 of us went to the road for screening that day. And when we reach by the door, they walk me by the door. And the host by the door say, well, this is the furthest all you can reach now. Right? And they say, Christopher, go in there and do your best and make we proud, you know, you believe in you. And the tears started to flow from my eye now, boy, because I was so overwhelmed with how they came up, they poured us in. Actually, I didn't even have to pay for the car. Them rent a car to carry me up the road. And that is the level of support I've been getting from the youths and them around me. Right? And them drive me up the road, and there was, I tell you, tears had to come out my eye because the overwhelming support from these young people really make the tears come on. And when I see this lady from the constituency executive, and you know she, Miss Alicia, big up yourself also. She said, Christopher, if it's one vote, you know, you're getting on the executive with my vote. And when I screen locally in the constituency of Point Fortin, I really get one vote. I know the vote was hers. And the first person I see when I walk in the door was Miss Alicia. So you know, tears on the floor again, because I know that somebody I show that person I'm about.
Everything connected.
Right? Yeah, so I feel so good. But lo and behold, when we went up there for screening, right, you remember nobody went and said Christopher Wright, the political leader and his team. That is why I keep telling people I'm not vexed with the party. And don't vex because I take that stand.
Right.
I believe in proper representation and I believe I'm ready to represent my community. That's why I'm taking this stand. Right?
The electoral of Hollywood.
The electoral district of Hollywood.
Of Hollywood. Before you speak like a man of authority. And you understand?
You know, I run politics long too, so you know you gain experience, a lot of experience. Right?
So, Hollywood, what is Christopher plans for Hollywood?
Alright. The plans that I have for Hollywood, I'm not going to stand up here on no platform and say unemployment, we're facing a problem with that. Right? I'm not going to say infrastructure because it will come like a bash in the work of the previous councillor.
Right.
Unemployment is something that the world facing right now. It's something that we can't really deal with, but we could try our best to get out of it. Right? Small business in the community of Hollywood, I realized for the past how much years they're not being boosted, right? In the sense that I will know Mr. Thomas and Mr. Thomas will have a parlor for 10, 20 years down the road. But who going to Mr. Thomas with an idea? Mr. Thomas, you know, you could go to Nedco, or you could go to First Citizen Bank and get a small business loan and go from a parlor to a mini-mart, right? Who will go to Miss Jane and say, Miss Jane, you know, you have a mini-mart so long, why ain't try to boost it up and go to a grocery? You know, things like that is what I want to bring into Hollywood, right? A lot of people don't know about going about getting the food badge and things to sell because you realize public health is something they take the business very serious in point. So you know somebody will be selling some pie, some polorio, anything to eat outside the road, public health will pass and close them down.
Right.
At the beginning of the year, you just go and get your food badge, at the end of the year it expires. This is something I want to work with the people in my area with and let them know as soon as January hit, let me go and get them food badge on them.
Right.
If I had to go and get form and see all you go and organize them food badge, let the health inspector come and inspect all your place, let we, you know, things like that is what I want to work on. Once elected as councillor for the electoral district of Hollywood, sorry.
TeamViza was encouragement.
When I get elected as the councillor for the area, you know, I wanted me to the CPEP contractors, right? I wanted me to the drain crew of the corporation. Because these are things that, you know, people would blame the councillor for. The councillor ain't seeing the road need cleaning, the councillor is seeing them drain and them dirty. So when I meet with these relevant authorities, this is not problem that we'll face in the electoral district of Hollywood. Because I will always be on point with it. Right? I will also meet with the relevant people in URP, right? To clean the side streets and them and to make sure everything always in order. So you know we wouldn't face certain challenges and certain problems in Wardrobe when it comes to them kind of thing. In Hollywood, in Fanny Village, the whole electoral district of Hollywood.
Yes. 25th of January, we'll go out and vote. My name is Selfie, TeamViza TV fully endorsed. Right? Let's speak about the executive board. As I mentioned earlier on, they get one vote. How much members it have on the board?
It have approximately 23 members on the constituency executive.
And one vote?
One vote.
That is this individual representing like where you work at the moment, right? And the others?
No, should not really represent where I work at the moment, you know. Right? Because if you understand the structure of the PNM party, you would understand how this voting and everything does go. How you just form a party group, how you just get group reps on the party group to form the constituency executive. So it's a whole process you have to understand. Once you understand it, you will know how. Right? So I feel a lot of people don't understand that one doesn't really try to go too much into that because it's a long process to explain. Right? But lo and behold, I did get the support from that one individual, and I know that is the individual that supported me. Right? Without a doubt. Without a doubt, I know that is the individual who supported me. But one thing I just always say, right? You see, if we have a group or organization, and I want my way in the organization, I will see if I can get everybody around me to be on my side.
Right.
I may not get everybody to be on my side, but once I have the majority on my side, anytime it comes to voting in something or voting out something, we always have a stronger body. Right? And you see, once a group is like that, it's divided. And once a group is divided, you can, nothing constructive could come out of it. Right? Because only it will be like one set of people, ideas and all alone, what is being channeled into what is taking place, right? And this is something that we're seeing going on. But who really putting a stop to it? Who really putting down the foot when it comes to that?
Do they have anything in position right now to put it to a stop?
Well,
and they're just like ignoring it?
When you have to understand the structuring,
right,
it's from a level here to up here.
Right.
But you have to start from the level down here. Right? And everybody who is part of this organization must understand that we're going to with one common goal. You see all the bad apple that have in this bunch, we're going to get them out this time around. Right? And you see once everybody on the down level start to work with the down people and start to go up, eventually the bad head go going on. But that is how it has to start from the ground level, come up. And that's the only how the problem can fix.
Right. Max, your question. I go read it here now. Are you or were you a strong member of the People's National Movement?
Yes.
Have it changed?
No, but you see, I just try to refrain from that because I don't want to dig no hole for myself when it comes to politics. But when you anybody in point when it comes to the People's National Movement, they know borders.
Yeah, because you was a strong individual in the People's National Movement?
Back in 2010, when Ms. Gopi Spoon was elected as the Member of Parliament for Point Fortin and she employed me in her office, I was the person being the field officer. So you know what, going out there and doing membership and thing, that was my job, to go out there and get membership form followed for people, right? And other things too was my job in title, but that was one of the main things. So when you talk about getting members to join the party, check how much form that I recommend from then till now for the People's National Movement, right? But what I would say with bold assurance, sometimes if you don't want to stoop to somebody level in an organization, they will always do something to keep you down. And I believe in independency. And I believe in being independent in myself, independent in my thinking, independent in my way of life. Because I'm not going to stay here all my life and expect 2, 3, 4, 5 people to determine whether I should rise or not. Right? So what I mean giving up my political affiliation with any political party, then so be it. My concern is always about the people. Right? Because from young parents instill their trust in me to deal with the children, right? And watch the age. I was still going secondary school when I started off this youth group, right? And every parent used to, every minute they call me, I send him my son meeting, I send him my daughter meeting, make sure you reach back home safe, make sure you drop she back home when meeting finish, all of that responsibility I had from a young man growing up, right? And here I am today, right? So this is all about the people. Right? I care about the people, I don't care about myself alone. I'm not selfish. It's about the community, it's about Warden Road. It's about Hollywood, it's about Fannyville, O Street, G Street. That is the area Hollywood comprise of, so that is the area I'm concerned about right now. Right.
Let's talk about Party 45.
Party Group 45.
Party Group 45.
Right?
They say responsible for big guns from Modena. You know what I mean?
Well, when Party Group 45, it was done for a while. I was in it when deceased Kennedy Richards was alive. Because he was the man who really bring me into politics and then the party group that he used to man. Right? And when he died, the party group come and die. And then when I really started working in the MP office, I wanted to do something of essence and value for the party. So when somebody tell me how to go about getting back a party group, I say I will back that party group. So I write to the constituency executive, asking them for the number back for that party group, and it was approved, right? And Boyros call 1 or 2 person, Christopher Wright called them, and you know, he say, oh, let we do our thing, let we form back party group 45. We didn't have a meeting place at the time, but when we formed party group 45, you know, we used to use the constituency office in Point Fortin to keep we meeting. And it used to be some of the most progressive, thoughtful meeting. But after a while, you know,
talk to me, boy. Talk to me.
After a while, you know, people get position now. So
Yeah.
everybody's interest wasn't there as before. To be honest, right? The interest just wasn't there as before. And
We'll cut you across. As I mentioned, some of the top notches come from Party 45, wherever, right? Who some of these individuals?
back then, the party group was comprised of, we had about 15 members.
Right.
And if I could recall properly, Travis McNally, Patrice Ramlakan, Christopher Wright, which is myself, Kevral John, Brianna Fortin, which is the councillor for Fanny Village, Captiville, right? Salima McCray Thomas, which is the mayor of Point Fortin right now, Natalie Roberts, Gillian Smith. This is some of the name, Michael Marcel, Tora Fraser. All these people is the people that we started back by the group 45 together. Right? I can't say we didn't start it together, we started it back.
Right.
Right? And these are some of the names. And you know,
let's speak about support from these members who was in Party 45, right? Have they given Christopher the support today as an independent? Independent.
As an independent, well, you know, politically, I wouldn't expect the councillor or the mayor to do that for me because we know where they stand politically right now.
Right.
Right, and then doing that, it come like you're going against the party, and you are representing the party. When you stand up on a platform or when you go out there to, so you know you can't really give that level of support.
So what should Trinidad and Tobago consist of? The party or the people of the country? No,
you see,
we be real. Because this statement is just made, right? Making it clear to me that it's about party, you know. Right? It's about party. Right? And if it is enough citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that need to be served, it can't be about the party. It can be about the citizen of the country. Right? So if it is I doing something good, right? And a citizen of the country, not because I with this political party. If I do something good, give Jack we jacket. If you understand what I'm saying now, you understand? But as I mentioned, they mightn't do as much because of the platform they're supporting.
Correct.
You understand? So you showing me now, which I fully understand, that it's not about the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So the country will always be how it is today. Do you agree, Basil?
I understand what you say, but I wouldn't say if I agree or I don't agree right now.
Talk to me.
Right? But one thing I could say, you know, the support that I am getting nowadays is overwhelming.
Right.
One, because people know how genuine I'm coming to them with this thing. Me, I not going and sell no dreams.
Right.
I telling you the facts are why I go on as an independent candidate, one, and I'm telling you what I could do. Once elected into office, I'm letting you know what I would be able. When elected into office, I'm letting you know what will be my capabilities then. You know, so it's up to you to say, well, you know, I would give you that support. Look like when I was campaigning last week Sunday, you know, I was talking to a gentleman. I say, good morning, so I introduced myself and I was telling him about I going independent. He said, well, I know it's about election. I'm not following up much on it. He said, but the two other parties passed here already. He said, but you know, sad to say, all of them, the both of them just asked for my support. He said, you as a young man, as an independent man, he said, you asked me what problem I'm facing. He said, even though you mightn't be able to help me, right? He said, even though you mightn't get through as council, at least you still take what was my problem. I said, reason for me doing this, I said, I'm compiling a database with my team. I said, when get elected, well, I say once at the time. I said, once get elected into office, I said, this is some of the things that we want to start to work on first. I said, because you are the people that would be electing me into office, right? And I don't want what we come and talk to you about, you know, we just go down the drain, right? And then you have to be running me down as councillor after to get this done. I said, so I would know your name and I would know what was your complaint, and I said we would work on it from day onwards.
Right.
And the man applauded me for that. He said, well, you know, I would give you my support. He said, because I didn't think I was even going out and vote. He said, but just how you talk to me, he said, it changed my mindset on this whole thing, and I would go out there and give you the support. Yeah.
When elected on the 25th of January, the councillor to represent the electoral district of Hollywood, how long would you be serving in a position? Is that 3 years process, 4 years?
It's 3 years. It's supposed to be 3 years. But the last election was in 2019. 2019 to 2020 is 1 year. So when the election was due, well, not due, the election will be due in 2022, right? But since that is have an election, I will call a by-election, I would only get to serve 2 years, as the elected councillor.
Right.
And then once the reform incoming in, I will get an next 3 years after. Right? But once the reform come in, you know, councillor work will be a full-time job. So you wouldn't be able to hold a next position and councillor.
Okay.
Right? So that is the councillor or you're doing your other job.
So, is there any downtime in that, in a sense of, alright, you've been elected, you're a councillor, right? The next time you're to serve to be councillor, is there something that is a contract, something you have to sign to start over or something?
No. Well, then, when that time reach, it's about party.
Right, what I want to ask is, if the PNM reach out to you as a Christopher, forget the independency, come on, the People's National Movement.
But you see, that
Will
time,
you go?
That time passed already because I'm already
Independent.
the candidate, the independent candidate. EBC recognized Christopher Wright as the independent candidate for the area. Right? So it have nothing about that right now.
Okay.
You know, probably when that time pass, I do decide to, so if I do decide to, then you know that will come in.
Will you switch?
Right now, that is the least of my worries. Right now, the only thing I'm studying right now is to bring home victory on the 25th. And the only thing I'm studying right now.
So, electoral district of Hollywood, besides yourself, who is going up against you?
Under the People National Movement is Mr. Leslie Chanfong, and under the United National Congress is Mr. Daniel Melochon.
Right. Do you think you have a competitive race to the end?
No, well, you know, people just say one thing and they just do another, right? So, you know, I go in with the energy that I'm getting from the electorate on the ground.
Right.
And so far it's overwhelming support that I'm getting. So, you know, I will continue to go out there and do my part. I will continue to go out there and meet the people, you know, hear their views, hear their points, hear whatever advice they have to give me. Right? And then come on the 25th of January, the electorate of Hollywood will speak, which is the voters in Hollywood then.
Right.
They will speak by a ballot. Right? And it's like they want Christopher Wright, Daniel John, or Leslie Chanfong to represent.
No! I'm going to put you on this spot for 5 seconds. I will look into the camera because I had a guest here tonight. I ain't calling no name last night. They say you're going to lose. Tell them wrong. Tell them wrong.
Well, anybody that believes that Christopher Wright going and loss is on them. But I know I am genuine towards the people of Hollywood. Christopher Wright is not going to be a councillor for additional salary. Nor is he going in office to be corrupt in no way or other. Right? So, you know, when I go there and I sell myself to people and they see how genuine I am, election day, they will come out and do the right thing. So whether or not they want to vote for me or not on election day, it will be in their heart. It won't be in mine. Because I know I am going to be genuine to the electorate of Hollywood.
I mean, because, as I mentioned, the guys are there last night. I asked him about 3 times. And they keep, I said, alright, forget that. Because I'm not a politician and I'm into politics. You know what I mean? As I mentioned earlier on, the place of employment we're employed right now, URP is a PNM stronghold. You being there employed, do they treat you as the black sheep at this moment? Or Christopher is Christopher?
Well, if you really know me, you know Christopher is Christopher. And whether or not they want to treat me like the black sheep, they might do it behind my back. Right? They might do it behind my back. But to come out in Christopher's face and say, well, they treat him a certain kind of way, I can say yes to that.
Well, right? Human being with the same observe certain things.
Yeah, we just observe things.
We observe so far.
Right? But one thing I'm sure about, Christopher Wright will always be Christopher Wright. And if people in my workplace really know me, they know how to tread with me because they know where I stand with a lot of things. Right? So whether or not you want to come and you want to throw talk for me or anything like that, you have to come real good.
Anyway,
right? Yes.
One saying, though, not correct, one saying is, right? I'm familiar with that environment, right? And it's about saying that as under the People National Movement, that once somebody who in power under the PNM, they are going to walk to show the support. Do you get support from the URP office?
No, I get my support from the electorate in Hollywood because if you watch my pictures and then when I just be posting when they come, it's people that can actually vote for me. Right. So I don't have to blackmail nobody and say, well, you have to come out and walk with me because you. No, I wouldn't do that. Right? I am not even going down that road. I genuinely ask people to come out and support me, and they will come out, and they're coming out and support me. Look like yesterday walking a certain area, right? I meet this young man, and he was saying, boy, I fed up at this politics thing, I don't vote. He says, me, my madam, and the two children inside. He said, I'm not voting, he said, because we don't like them thing. He said, send last year out of our work, right? And he said, look, me even eat nothing for the day, I don't even know the children, I'm going to eat and thing that. And my heart went out to this fella, right? I said, well, let me tell you something. What I come to tell you, I'm not even going to bother to tell you it again. I said, because when you talk about children and children involved, I said, my heart does go to that. I said, but one thing I can give you assurance on, so I'll bring back some for you tomorrow, please God. I said, take my number. I said, try to get WhatsApp and message. And he did do that. I organized whatever and I drop it off him. But before I drop it off him, he had my number there. He said, you're real genuine, He said, and for that I want to walk with you today. Right. He said, I'm on Jersey. I say, yeah. I say, but I live in. He said, no, but give me some direction to the house. I gave me direction. The fella was there in less than 10 minutes. Right? And he come and join my campaign. You remember, he come. The children mightn't come and they could vote, and the wife mightn't come, but I show about 4 votes in the house. Just because of me being who I am now. Right? But remember, I went to sell myself to this man yesterday. And when he done talk to me, my heart went out to him. And you see, now he come, that same man come and join my campaign team, and he and his family could vote for me. Right? So when you're talking about politics, you ain't talking about self-service, you're talking about service to your community.
You don't have to answer me, but the 25th of January, when elected as councillor, what is your portfolio towards the URP office in Point?
Well,
the work is concerned.
Where work is concerned? You see, once elected as councillor, my first thing is to get swearing, and you see the people that I walk the area and ask and beg for support, because you literally have to beg for support, Yeah, and they have to know that you really want the support before they go there and give you the support. You say, I want to show my gratitude to these people. So I will compile a team with me, and once get swear into office, where I have the authority, I would go there with this team, meet the same people who I heard complaint from, and start to work on these small projects, because small projects, some of them that could be addressed. Right? So when people see Boyros or Christopher Wright or Councillor and the team out there, they would say, we vote never go in vain, because he's a man on the ground. He really doing what he say, he keeping to his word, that kind of thing. And that is the legacy Boyros or Christopher Wright want to leave when he vacate office as a councillor. People must vex to hear Boyros going and resign as councillor, or this going to be his last thing. I'm going to make a change and a difference in my district.
Your district, Hollywood?
Hollywood.
You sweep my whole question mark, see? I'll bring it a different way to you now. We're employed right now, Christopher Wright, is a PNM stronghold, right? Elected as the councillor of 25th of January. What will be your portfolio?
I have no portfolio.
You have no portfolio. So you can carry nobody for employment.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, well, I you see young people, I believe in them being better in themselves in some way or the other. Right? And you see certain environments is not for young people. Right? I maybe can handle my strings on them, but not everybody will be able to handle theirs. Right? So you know, instead of trying to push somebody in Europe or something like that, you know, I would try at least start off with a security. You know, it's 12 hours. At 12-hour shift you're going to be working. But at least on the fortnight when you get your salary, you'll be able to do something of value and essence to yourself. So I prefer to send a young person to work security to start to better themselves. When they find that they start to do good enough, start to get all night shift and start to go to school in the day. Qualify yourself a little more and go for betterment. And that is my dream and my vision as a counselor. So I'm not going to take people and shove them in Europe, or shove them in CPEP, or shove them, you know? No, I'm not going to do that. You see, young people are the future of tomorrow. And if them are the future of tomorrow, we have to work with them to help them better themselves. We have to help them to want better for themselves.
The executive board that we speak about, right? A certain percentage of them work where you're working right now. Max, this question. Where you're employed, does it have bullies where you're employed?
I will say that I will say with bull assurance. You know, if it have bully there, I think the bully and them no Boris is a bigger bully, or Christopher Wright is a bigger bully than them. Right? So all the bullies and them not a bat in the hole. Yeah. Just saying, for the record.
For the record.
Right? If it have bullies, all the bullies and them not a bat in the hole because it have a bigger bully than them. Right?
Everybody college. Anyhow, we will make it about them tonight. Right? So, this is the moment I will get to look into the camera and send a message. Why they should vote Christopher Kaydeen Wright on the 25th of January.
Firstly, Christopher Kaydeen Wright, the independent candidate for the Electoral District of Hollywood. The logo is the scale, balancing thing in Hollywood. Right? So on come the 25th of January, voting for the scale. We're putting the X by the scale, nothing else but the scale. Proper representation for the Electoral District of Hollywood. Right? You know, we're going to bring back the community love that Hollywood once had. We're going to bring back the community center that people dying for so long. You know, things like that is what Boyra's going to start to work on. I ain't selling nobody no dreams because it's not, that is not about me. Right? But we're bringing victory in Hollywood and we're going to bring back Hollywood to a place that we want it to be.
Let's give it a flip. Christopher, before we close off, I want to bring somebody on the set with you for 2 seconds.
I have no problem with that.
Alright. Let's welcome to the set one of Christopher, Diane supporter. Right. Hope you find anything for you on the spot. No, you know with me, I just figure anything anyhow. Right. I see you so show up here with Christopher, you supported them full 100. Reason being, in your aspect.
Reason being, I believe, you mightn't say certain things, but I believe the youths now should get a voice in, right? And I believe he's a young fella, and he's good at what he's doing. Right. I known this fella for about 2 years, and he is, I could say, other than the woman that I with, this is the person that he just tell me, what you want to do for yourself? You want to open a business, you want to do it. And I never think about it. This fella encouraged me. He's younger than me and encouraged me to open a business. So people might watch age.
Right.
It's not about that. It's what it is he could do.
Exactly. Yes.
And if I say I'm known by a lot of people in point, and if I say I believe in this fella, I believe in this fella. And I am going down dine with this fella. And when we come victorious in the 25th of January, it's going to be great. People will see changes. Right. And that we need to see changes because it's about youths. And if you check the following that we have, it's only youths.
I'm not coming to that because I know you're that person, you well known. You well known, right? So I know the army behind you and the army behind you, right? it is something all they encourage your followers to be a part of, you know, change, which is the scale, as you mentioned. Balance.
That is one of the things that we're encouraging people to do. Is try and make a change. Don't see things going one way and because people at the top wanted to go that way.
Right.
Believe in yourself. And if that is what it takes for you to make a change, make the change within yourself.
Right.
That is what I believe about change.
Christopher, Kaydeen Wright. You are real nice with the name. Never know what your name is.
Plenty people don't know, only because of election.
For election. Alright, well, besides giving out your handles and everything pertaining to the election, you know what I mean? This is the opportunity I'll give you both, you go first, to send the positive message to the area of Point Fortin on the whole. You know what I mean? And even your district, Hollywood.
Well, to the people of Point Fortin and in Hollywood, you know, let me take a stand for what we believe in. And if we believe in something and we believe it's the right thing, always go towards it. Don't study what nobody else say. If you know that is the right thing, you go behind it. Right? And that is what Boyras or Christopher Kaydeen Wright doing today. He believe in something, he believe he ready to represent his people of the electoral district of Hollywood. That's why he taking this step. And peradventure, or when I do win the seat, it will create history. Christopher Kaydeen Wright will go down in the history book because it's the first time an independent candidate will be winning a seat on council in Point Fortin.
Yes, man. Fully endorse. Positive vibe.
I understand, Smart. I'm asking the youths of Hollywood to come out in all their numbers and vote for Christopher Wright on the 25th of January. Show the support, show the love. All they're asking for this for the longest time, this all the time now. Right? Believe in all yourself, don't let nobody hold all the back. Come out, support, do what all they have to do. It's all about all the now. Right?
So they come in my jersey, right? My jersey, I can have one jersey.
Don't worry, you'll get one. And they come down free motorcade tomorrow.
Free motorcade?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Alright, cool. Right. Well, it's a pleasure having you here on TeamViza TV Interview Series Season 2.
Thanks, man.
So smart, likewise,
Yeah,
right? Now, to view this full interview, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TeamViza TV and follow us on Instagram at TeamViza_TV for the latest update. We're outside, the guys are here. You know what? Before I close off, you have a voice of authority. No, you're laughing. You are going to tell them. Don't stop. Understand? Don't stop. When you reach that councillor, to go up. You see in Parliament now, because we don't know point going to be like Dubai. You know? You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be like Dubai. You understand? You just talk, people just listen to you. Right? So guys, that is it. These guys here, we're outside.
I have much pleasure sending you this message today. In the great future such as our nation will produce
You know that this whole campaign, you tell us no one else will have played it for this one over the place. Play it up over. Yeah.
I have much pleasure in sending you this message today. Strive for excellence in character in the great virtues such as truthfulness, obedience, and honesty. So that underground, our nation will produce what is the
And countries that will never be at the foundation of this orderly society. Yeah, that's what the man said. So have a reason why I choose this song as my song now?